This week is not only the host of CBS's Price is Right and the new Improvaganza on GSN, he's also co-owner of Seattle Sounders FC and, of course, Ohio's favorite son, Drew Carey, here today.
I don't know if I'm an influencer.
Oh, you don't feel like you're an influencer?
No.
What makes an influencer to you?
Somebody who influences people.
You're just on like how many syndicated shows? I'm amazed by you because you have so many shows, but you're so low-key. You are.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, I always think I'm just a person with a different job than somebody else has.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just a job.
It's just a job hosting
like somebody has a
one
job
of the
and I
biggest
have a
game
job.
shows out there.
Yeah, but you know, if your car breaks down, then all of a sudden the mechanic is like the most important guy in the world to you. You don't care if he can tell a joke or sing or whatever. You just want somebody that knows what they're doing. Yeah.
Well, you're also a diehard Cleveland fan.
Yeah, yeah.
And you got into some trouble for your tweets involving LeBron James.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about his mom.
What?
I'm sorry about that tweet about his mom. I apologize to him.
You apologize. Thank you. That's nice. We are also following your tweets during the finals. Now, are you happy or heartbroken that LeBron choked away the final title?
It's what he did in Cleveland, man. He got close and then he got tight. And there was an old Woody Hayes joke that I reworked for the Heat. So what's the difference between the Miami Heat and a porn star? So a porn star doesn't choke on the big ones.
We have laughs coming from the control room right now. You're making all the guys laugh. That's what you do.
But yeah,
But do you have a censor in terms of tweeting? I mean, or is it hard to because...
Now I do, since the LeBron mom joke. I tweeted a joke about LeBron's mom.
Well, yeah, you don't need to say it.
Yeah, I don't want to say it. And then it was really nasty, and everybody that knew me right away said, hey man, you can't be saying that about LeBron's mom. And I realized how harsh it was, so I apologized publicly on Twitter to him. I only met him one time really briefly to shake his hand. I was at the Hard Rock once at the pool, and LeBron was there. And I was with Rich Fields from The Price is Right and a couple of the Price is Right models.
Nice.
It was a pretty good weekend. And Rich goes, hey man, LeBron's over there.
Yeah.
Let's go get a picture. And so we went over there and he had a bunch of people waiting to get a picture with him. He couldn't really like relax at the pool and everything. And he was really gracious and he posed for all the pictures. And he's been like in this bubble his whole life. And he's not, I don't have any hate or anything for him because he switched jobs. He did his contract.
But come on, he was the Cleveland at heart, Clevelander.
Yeah, but he wanted to do something else and he moved on. So I'm not, I can't have any hate for anybody, and I'm certainly not going to hate a sports figure for doing something like that. But I'm glad they lost.
Well, yeah, nice. Well, now another sports figure, Mark Cuban, now
I can't hate him.
No, no hate. Yeah. But now Mark Cuban, he's now world champion. Has he influenced the way you approach social media in terms of you owning the Seattle Sounders?
No, but I was hoping we could influence him a little bit because the Sounders were like, I thought Mark Cuban would be the guy in the NBA to adopt our system of letting the fans vote the general manager out. Up in Seattle, we let the fans vote out the general manager if they don't like the job that they're doing. Yeah. And we let them, blog on our website and say anything they want. We have if you get 25 other of the season ticket holders to vote you into a council, you get to meet.
Have you started all of this? Or
the team, it was my idea and then the team started it. I don't really do it. I just come up with the idea and everybody else does it.
And you also live tweet during the games?
Sometimes I do, yeah. It depends on if I'm there on TV, a lot of times I do. I'm too busy watching the game, but I comment during the sporting events, yeah.
And you created a constitution over
social
media?
The fans just created their own constitution and they want to be able to about what things they should be able to approach the ownership with and what teams, what things they agreed not to bother us about, and they want us to ratify it and come up with a charter for them.
So you're trying to create a new model in sports?
Yeah, we already have. The fans are like, what other fans get to meet with the owners like 3 times a year, 4 times a year? I mean, these are real meetings. I had to fly up to Seattle and like an hour. We met for an hour for the game, talking to the fans about what they were liking, what they weren't liking, and these fans were all voted on by the other season ticket holders to represent them to the owners. Yeah.
Now, we also sat down 2 years ago when I just started my job at CBSNews.com.
Yeah.
And you broke the news that you were going to donate $1 million to Lance Armstrong's Livestrong Foundation for the 1 million followers.
Right. You have to follow me, or hopefully even better follow at Livestrong. So when it gets to I keep sending them a check every year.
So what's the new? Can you break another piece of news here?
No, it's not up to it's not up to $1 million yet. I can't believe how hard it is to give this $1
It's
million
hard to get.
away.
You need to get Ashton Kutcher to help you or something.
I mean, even like he tweeted once that I was on the thing. I met him, but it's you know, I haven't really promote. I don't want, you don't have to follow me, but just if you follow Livestrong, I'll give $1 for everybody that follows at
And you
Livestrong.
continue to do that.
Yeah, until it gets to $1 million. I'm up to like
685,000 or
yeah,
something.
like that.
Why
So
did you never take the Drew? You never took at Drew.
Yeah, it all started with this guy Drew Allenoff that he had a Twitter handle at Drew.
Yeah.
And he was auctioning it off, and he thought he'd get a couple $100 for it, and I gave him like 10 grand for it, and then I started this whole thing because he had cancer. He was trying to raise money, so then I started this whole thing with the Livestrong. That's how it all started with the at Drew, and so I have the handle, but I was so used to Drew from TV, and I am the Drew from TV. There's other Drews, and I just got so used to using it, and it's only like 6 extra letters. You know, it's not like it's not like Drew Carey at TV, and I think it's not like
It's not that bad when you retweet it.
Yeah, so it was actually it wasn't about getting the handle as much as it was donating money.
So it's Cancer Awareness Month actually this month. But
I wasn't aware of that.
Well, you are now. You are now. But what have you learned over the past 2 years in terms of how you can use social media to really get the word out and for social good?
Well, it's.
Or do you like Twitter at all?
I do. I use Twitter all the time, but you'd like to think that because you started a thing or wanted to give this money that now everybody is fighting for it and everybody's behind you, and yeah, we're all going to get this thing. Let's go get them. But what you find out is that it's just a reminder to people like, oh yeah, we got to keep this thing going because everybody has their own life to live and their own problems and their own things happening. They got to drop the kids off at school. They got to get dinner. They got to get to work.
There's a lot of noise out there.
Yeah, and it's your personal life, you know what I mean, that you have to live. So however well-meaning you are with all your charity projects and anything you want to be aware of, it's all it is a reminder to people like, hey, this problem is still out there. Don't forget about it. So they can go, yeah, and then not think it's gone. So they can maybe donate a couple bucks or try to help out when they can.
Yeah.
And it's it's like all these like bubbles come up and they go back down, and comes back up and it goes back down. But you just have to keep
keep tweeting, Drew.
Pushing it up.
Keep tweeting.
Yeah, but I know it's not a world changer, and it's all just a little bit at a time. It's not an overnight world changer.
Yeah.
But it's little by little, drop by drop, and it all helps. So why not?
Definitely.
Yeah.
You also work with the online channel Reason TV. And
Yeah.
you have the Drew Carey Project. Can you talk about that?
Well, that's what we did before. I'm not really doing it anymore. I still work with Reason, but.
What is Reason TV all about? Why do you work with them?
Reason.tv, I'm on the board of trustees at the Reason Foundation. It's like a libertarian-leaning think tank, and they publish Reason magazine. And I had the idea. I said, hey, you have this think tank, but you're not doing any video or any online stuff. It's like stupid. Their magazine's kind of wonky sometimes. You know? And I said, you should get to and so are the papers they send out. And they have guys that go on talk shows and stuff. But I said, nobody does these videos. They're really easy to understand. You make them short. They're easy to send around. You can get it right away. So it started out, the Drew Carey Project was me hosting these series of videos. And I did one, the first one I did before I was the host of Price is Right, right before I got the gig. And then I got the gig and it was me going to a medical marijuana clinic in LA and talking about like they should stop the DEA raids because the DEA was raiding clinics in LA regularly back then.
So that's something you're very passionate about.
Yeah, we said it was legal in California and the DEA should stay out of it, and the federal government should butt out. It's tough luck. Everybody in California, they passed by like 70-some% vote to have these clinics. So, that was the first one, and I had to like...
Not do it maybe after
No,
that?
I could do it, but they said, hey, it would be nice if you would have gave us a heads up. And I said, well, sorry.
Who cares about PR anyway?
Yeah, but that was like, so that was the Drew Carey thing. So I still do that, and I still support I give them ideas for videos, and, but like think tanks like that, whatever think tank it is, it's important to have, like MoveOn.org, they have videos. Like it's important to have everybody use this kind of way to communicate instead of just publishing some wonky paper and hoping somebody gets it.
So Draft Drew Carey, there's a website for
they
you.
wanted me
Any
to
thoughts on running for public office?
No, none.
Really?
I had nothing to do with it.
Even in Cleveland?
I don't know how it started. I had nothing to do with it. Bob Hope had the greatest line. He was on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, And Johnny Carson asked him if he ever thought of running for president, and Bob Hope said, I looked into it, but the money wasn't right.
And on that note, thank you so much, Drew, for being here today.
Sure, my pleasure.
And you can follow Drew Carey, of course, on Twitter @DrewFromTV. Last week, Lupe Fiasco became a trend based on his influencer interview with us, actually. It's not too late for you to become a trend, Drew. Break something big, controversial.
I'll see what I can.
No,
I'll
it's
see
not.
what I can do.
Don't worry about it. We won't pressure you.
I'm already on TV. I don't feel like I have the need to want to trend somewhere when I'm on TV every day.
Well,